we are finished. So if we don't finish today, then there are no transit tomorrow. We shall continue the Synod tomorrow until we finish it. Yes, so. It's not a laughing matter at all. Or else, you want to sleep here. This carpet is very good bed. And if they put on the fans, you will enjoy your sleep. That's why if there is no business, everyone can sleep. So don't ask for minutes. Ideally, we should have taken yesterday's minutes now. That is already for us. We took half of yesterday's minutes yesterday. We need the very half already. So at the end, we are going to take all the minutes minus Thursday minutes. We are taking Thursday and half of Friday. So we are not going to write that again. And then we shall take the minutes of last year's Synod. So that is what we're going to start with. Then we'll come to minutes. But for now, we are going to start with the reports. As you know very well, we devised a method of giving all the reports to a group headed by Professor Mrs. They summarize the reports for us. You have the report booklet in your file, in your jacket. Reports and minutes. Okay? So you can take it. If you have not read the type of thing you should be doing instead of wandering around. Like joy and privilege to call on Mrs. Ogugwa Obo to come and represent Professor Mrs. Gani. I will clap for her.
Protocols observed. As my Lord has said, I'm just standing in for Professor Mrs. Gani. So the reports, the one we would have taken yesterday, we are starting with them today. And there are summaries, so please check your book. The first one is the Project Monitoring and Evaluation Committee report. The chairman is Professor Felix Omonu, while the secretary is David Ibitayo. The growth areas. There are certain projects in private schools, health clinics, and their assistant land. A. Area of Swan School building is at roofing level. The assistant secondary school, Zaria Anglican Academy, has taken off fully. Kwasam Clinic, fully equipped and also has resident health workers. The Rwanda Water Clinic building completed, but with flooring and plastering still outstanding. The diocese has 9.5 plots of land on Kano Road, opposite the mobile police headquarters. Then secondly, major projects at parish level. The church hall of All Saints Church, Samaru, is near completion. The new church building of Holy Trinity Church, Mochia, has been roofed. Completion of church auditorium of St. Stephen's, Graceland. The foundation for the new church building of St. John's, Paladan, has been laid. The process of acquiring property for the church building of St. Matthias, Mochia, is ongoing. This is the summary of Project Monitoring and Evaluation Committee report.
It seems to be a mix-up.
Please leave all those ones for the discussion time. Let her. She's not the one that reads the pictures.
It's not. I'm not talking about secretary's report. I'm talking of the way it's pasted here. So that
yes, I know what I'm talking about. I said leave it until we are discussing it.
That is a Friday in operation. Friday, 6 March 2015 at St. Andrew's Church, DRA, by the diocese. Decisions arrived at inaugural meeting. 1. Each member of the committee is mandated to report to the vicar and church council of his church. A security committee should be inaugurated in each church following approval from vicar and the church council. Suggested 10-point security tips to be used by each church to formulate security platforms include: 1. Youth from AYF should be asked to assist in safeguarding the church premises before, during, and after the election. B. Church members should be advised to stock their homes with enough food and other provisions during the election period. C. The main gates of the church must be secured properly. The church council should buy food for the vicarage, for the pastors, and youths who will assist in safeguarding the church premises. Light protective devices may be procured for the church. The critical period for implementing these decisions are: 1st, 20th March to 4th April 2015. Secondly, 6th April to 18th April 2015. All doors of the church sanctuary must always be securely locked. There are suggestions: security platform of the church and the diocese be reviewed periodically. That's the report, the summary of the report.
Thank you very much. Now, have you finished with your
My own is wisdom. My wisdom is as a regards to the science of quality, whatever report. It's like I am understanding that the report is a kind of just for the security committee is just for election purposes. So I want to ask, so after election, does the committee cease its operation or whatever? Because everything I'm hearing in that report is 25th before election, 4th after election, 6th before election, 3 after election. Everything is electionalized. Thank you.
Lands. It was mentioned that we have lands along the way. But I know we have a problem of land in Abuja. If you discuss something, I would like to be on the council informed about it, how far we have gone. Thank you.
The papers that are submitted by those who are carrying out projects, are the projects based on the committee's report? Is it on the spot assessment? That's 1. 2. Are they verified? Because we are coming from outside the town and we know that there are some projects going on. So we'd like to find out.
My Lord Bishop, the last question, we did on-the-spot assessment of projects. The report we have, I actually used my iPad to snap photographs, which we have put in our report. So it is on-the-spot report. Now, we also get reports from vicars of churches, written report, which we collate and put together as our report. For membership of the committee, it is going to stretch us to in fact, beyond our elastic limit if we were to visit 80 churches in the diocese, my Lord Bishop. So what we do is highlight projects that are important to the diocese in consultation with the diocesan before we make a report. That's my answer to the last question, my Lord Bishop. Now, the question of anti, if you look critically again at our report, we say the security platform will be reviewed periodically. Yes. Now, as at the time that the security committee was inaugurated by the Lord Bishop, most important security challenge we had at that time were the elections. That's the presidential as well as the other elections that were to come after that. Now, before the Security Committee was inaugurated, it was not possible for any committee at diocesan level to operate except the bishop inaugurate. After that, it's going to, I assume, the Lord Bishop will make it a kind of continuing committee. There is no notification to the effect that that committee will cease to exist after the election. So I assume, I hope, that the committee will continue and will be doing work regularly. Thank you, my Lord.
Reflecting, that's why I said, is it on the spot? That's one. I know that you may have circulated your to find out, what do you call it? Questionnaire. That's the question. So, and I know that, like you said, only the important ones in the diocese. I think every project in the diocese is important. So if we must report, it should be verifiable and it should be on the spot so that we are able to encourage and those who are not doing the right thing also to discover and the city to do the right thing.
Say that in the last 2-3 years, we have had serious challenges of getting people to answer questionnaire. In fact, we complained bitterly, I think, about 4 years ago that we do not get response back. So what we do is the project that we can assess in the churches, we go and assess. And I remember the Lord Bishop has also mentioned to us that even for the rural churches, we should look for vehicles and that the diocese will fuel it and will go. So if there are projects that are happening at the smaller churches within the diocese, the committee is committed to verify on the spot. But what we have in our report for this year are on the spot verifiable. Prof. Oyebelube has also mentioned about wells, which have not been highlighted here because the committee is not even aware of some of those projects. So we will have to make ourselves available to be able to go and verify. Let me also say, my Lord Bishop, that when this committee was constituted the very first year of our diocese, we had more members. Some have died, some have left our diocese, we have attrition by people not coming to meetings. So that if you see the report I have in my hand, my Lord Bishop, there are 4 names there of people who are remaining on this, and then the report was prepared by the chairman and the secretary alone. So I think in order to make us more useful, I will plead that this committee will be expanded to include both churches, the big churches in the urban area, as well as the small churches in the rural area. Thank you, my Lord Bishop.
And then I will respond appropriately. And during your submission, you have answered Auntie Uche's question, which I hope you listen. I've come and gone. I think that's why people are not dismantled all their drugs. The drugs are still there. And I'm sure they continue to be there in this part of Nigeria for quite some time to come. So let us not go and sleep because elections have come and gone and it was peaceful. Far from it, we are not again. If you read the papers yesterday, there was a major attack in Maiduguri. Yes, major attack in Maiduguri. If you think that Boko Haram is over, it is not over until it is over. So the security committee continues. I know the tendency is for us to go and sleep now because the elections have come and gone at this peaceful. But please, for the and your committee, security committee, don't go and sleep. And pastors, you are all here because you are the chairman, as it were, of your churches. Make sure that your congregations are secure. Don't go to sleep because things are not, quiet yet. I beg you in the name of God. So let us do the little we can do. It is watch and pray. While we continue to pray, let us continue to watch as well. And it is well with us. Now, I also want to plead on behalf of the Monitoring and Evaluation Committee. Next year, the report will be very, very critical because it will form the basis of what we are going to hand over to the new bishop. And I beg all the pastors, when anything is going on in your parish, it is your duty to write a report on that project and bring it to our office so that we can hand it over to Professor Manu. We shall encourage him to go down. We are going to send the committee around. We shall give them very so they will come to each archdeacon and say, do you have any project in your archdeaconry? And if they say yes, you tell them where it is so that they can go and see. If you don't do that, you will blame yourself next year, Synod. But I pray that we shall correct the mistakes of this year, and next year it will not repeat itself. We should organize so that we are going to carry you from archdeaconry to archdeaconry. You go to one archdeaconry, you see all the churches in that archdeaconry. You move to the next one until you have gone out all the churches in that houses before next year, Synod. You agree? Yes. Okay. It is valid. We have had. I hope we will do it. All right. Okay. So let us have the Monitoring and Evaluation and Safety Committee on their job. We will improve on the last week. God will our helper. So, Madam, you can have a please, one more. Some people put up their hands at the end of my request and our route. I have said it and I want to repeat it. And she's reading, jot down your observations and your questions. When I say everybody who has observation or question, you put up your hand and I give you numbers. After that, you put up your hand, I want to call you. Thank you.
The Society Investment Committee was able to acquire a piece of land at Abuja or in Abuja through the influence of one of its members or the assistant of one of its members, Dr. Mahazu Mewada. But honestly, it is true that there was a problem with that piece of land. And when contacts have been made separately with the person that made access or make us to have access to buying the land in Abuja, it shows that the person was not forthcoming as it was expected. And it was at that time that the diocesan called a meeting of the diocesan board members in order to advise on what to do. And I could remember vividly at that meeting, the investment committee of the diocese under the chairmanship of Professor Amos Shaibu in this church, and the person that assisted in buying the land, Dr. Mahazu Mewada, they were mandated to make all possible effort to contact that person in Abuja through his own senior brother, here Dr. Stephen in ADU, to make sure that that piece of land has been retrieved wherever it is. But as at now, I can't tell the report they have brought or whether there is any report to that effect or not, because they have not come to report to me unless if they have reported to the diocese. That's just what I can say for now.
We have not gotten any positive response from that young man. So our 2.4 million naira is still in the wilderness. But the lawyers are working on it because I wrote a letter last night which they are vetting and discussing now. And action is ongoing on it. We are not going to relent. And my prayer to God is that the 2.4 million naira will be returned to Zara before I leave the houses. So pray along with me.
I am. The achievements. Training of evangelists in March 2014. Lay training for rural people in April 2014. C. Lay leaders training for Zaria Township in June 2014. Visited a rural settlement near Gamangira, but there was no structure for for worship. Plans for 2015. Visitation to newly established rural churches. A teaching mission that will involve the whole diocese. A day training for rural people. Thank you. 83,380 naira. Expenditure 64,660 naira. And we have a balance of 18,720 naira.
Any questions or comments on Chapel of Love? Observations? Where is chaplain? Any comments, observations? You want to have any request or any observation?
Yes, we have noted several times that the church's participation is dwindling, and several appeals have been made so that we can encourage ourselves. In fact, it was such orders that every church has a particular day to attend in a week, and then throughout the month we just attend once. But despite these appeals, we find that people are not complying. So I don't know how we can sort out that issue of poor attendance.
Suggestions are to solve the attendance problem. Any suggestions?
Attendance.
No suggestion? God bless you.
The next one is Covenant Seed Management Committee. The chairperson is Mrs. Mercy Ayam, and the secretary is Reverend Canon S.V. Tuka. Future plans. New church representative as a result of relocation of some members of the committee. Quarterly prayers and progress reports by management committee and church representatives. Ensure strict adherence of weekly mission collection by churches and prompt remittance. Prioritizing of diocesan projects financed through the fund due to lean costs. Challenges: political and religious crisis in the north, which affected members.
Any comment?
African Student Fellowship and FAC.
To us today is portrayed in His Majesty's the vision of God and of our Lord Jesus Christ. As we meet God in this great